welcome to TisTalk.
TisTalk is a community podcast from Tisbury, Wiltshire and surrounding villages. I'm Mary Myers. So, hello, it's the 15th of June, or the week beginning the 15th of June, and I'm here with Annie Philpott. Thanks very much for coming over, Annie.
Well, thanks for having me.
So, you've been on TisTalk before as a co-host, but just a quick reminder, you live in Shaftesbury, and you sometimes work in Tisbury, don't you?
Oh, I sometimes go to the offices, they're like hot desking offices just by Messham's.
Yeah. But it's always good to have a voice from over the border.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so this week's been a really busy week for me because all week I've been joining a United Nations Proposal Review Committee about funding healthcare and funding specifically access to cervical cancer care. So cervical cancer is now one of the leading causes of death for women in low-income contexts and countries. So we can kind of take a bit for granted that we can go and have a pap smear in this country and we get a reminder letter, but in many places of the world that just doesn't happen. So this week we were looking, in my work, we were looking at how to ensure more access to new technologies. So there's now technologies where you can get a swab through the post. You can also have treatment in more community health facilities, so you might be screened on the same day and get treated. So they're really trying to tackle the kind of barriers to access and ensure that, you know, death rates go down. So as I said, it's one of the highest causes of untimely death of cervical cancer.
I should just remind people that that is your work, working in women's health internationally. And it's good to hear that there's these efforts going on. Yeah, it's
absolutely,
great.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's easily preventable.
Okay, thanks very much. So, the lineup this week begins with Kaylee Lake, who runs a gymnastics club up at the Nadder Centre.
And just do the nice powerful tumbles with like lots of flips, somersaults, everything like that. So it's very powerful, very explosive, obviously very cool to watch.
And then we've got a report back from Tisbury Fete.
And following the Fete, we hear from Steve Tonkin about the stars in June and what to look for in the night sky.
Arcturus is distinctly bright, very yellowish. It's a red giant star, much, much bigger than the sun.
And then we've got Martin Thomas from Thomas & Co. on the High Street, solicitors, answering a rather tricky question about what happens if I can't find the deeds to my house. And finally, we end with the What's Ons. So first up, we hear from Kaylee Lake, who I went to interview up at the Nadder Centre, and she runs a gymnastics club for all ages, but mostly children, and she's only 23. I'm up at the Nadder Centre with Kaylee Lake, and she's from New Horizon Gymnastics. In fact, you run it, or you co-run it, is that right?
Yeah, run it, yeah. Thank you for having us.
Well, nice to meet you. I had no idea, but you've been running gymnastics classes up here at the Nadder Centre for quite a long time. Since when?
So we've been running classes at the Nadder Centre since March 2024, so a couple of years now. We currently run on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Saturday at the Nadder Centre.
Right. What kinds of exercises and gymnastics do you do?
So we offer a complete variety of classes. We, at the minute, so in the sports hall, we've got a private lesson going on, and we also have preschool gymnastics going on. And then in a couple of minutes, we also have our recreational and development classes that come in the evening. So as well as running programs that start from beginners all the way up to competitive, we have some kids that are competing nationally. We've just been to Newcastle and won some medals in Newcastle. So we have those after school classes, but alongside those we do sort of home ed classes, stay and play classes, baby gym, adult gymnastics. So we try and offer a very wide range of activities to then suit as many people as possible.
Wow.
We also have a few kids that come to us and use us as alternative provision. so they may not be getting on with schools or certain settings. So then we have some one-to-one lessons that also go on during the day, and we use the Nadder Centre in the day as well.
And then I saw very little ones.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying, just bend your knees. So what was going on there?
So that's our preschool class. So our preschool class is called Tiny Tiggers, and they're from age 2 to 5 years. And we do a bit of a mixture because obviously they haven't really decided whether they want to do trampolining or more of the tumbling gymnastics. So we do a 45-minute session, so it's not too long, but it's structured, and they use like the tumbling air tracks to learn forward drills, back drills, start on some handstands and cartwheels, and then they also get to have a go on the trampoline, which I think many people underestimate at that age how much it helps them sort of grow, learn to use different muscles, and it really helps their strength and coordination.
Right now we're at like 3:45 in the afternoon. School's finished for the day. Do they come straight from school?
Yep, we have some kids that walk straight over from school. So I think they finish around 3:15, and they have sort of 20 minutes to have a snack, get into their gymnastic stuff, and then we start classes. We also, obviously our preschool class that's in there now, I think most of them come over from the preschool that's in the Nadder Centre. I think it's Tisbury Preschool. So yeah, from Tisbury Preschool, St John's and other schools within the area just outside of Tisbury, it's almost a perfect time to go straight from school, have a snack, gymnastics lesson, and then you're free for the rest of the evening still.
So this is a private business where you're renting the space from the Nadder Centre, is that right?
Yep, that's right.
And you're charging for your classes, obviously.
Yeah.
Can you just give us an idea of the range of prices of your classes?
Yeah, of course. So obviously we have a couple of pay-as-you-go classes that normally are around between £6 to £9 for an hour to 45 minutes, sometimes an hour and a half, depending what the class is. Obviously, if it's more structured and coach-led, then it's a little bit more expensive, whereas our free play sessions are a little bit less expensive. Our classes in the evening in Tisbury are £8 an hour. So we run pay-as-you-go classes, but those are slightly more expensive than if you sign your kid up to a block of classes. Obviously it means that they get their space reserved for a certain amount of weeks or however long they'd like to carry on for. But yeah, definitely if they look to continue, then that price does come down a little bit.
All right.
So we offer 3 main disciplines. One's trampolining, one's tumbling, which is, the way I describe it is like in the Olympics, they have the square floor, and on diagonals they do tumbles from one side to the other. And so we basically take out the sort of like dance, more artistic element of it, and just do the nice powerful tumbles with like lots of flips, somersaults, everything like that. So it's very powerful, very explosive, obviously very cool to watch. And
to quite cool music, I suppose. Did you put music on?
Especially for displays and fetes and everything like that, we do it to music. It just gives it a bit of a boost. And then we also run something called DMT, which a lot of people haven't heard of, and it's double mini trampoline. So I always say it's a mixture of trampolining and tumbling, because they run up to the little trampoline, do one skill on it, one skill off of it, and then land on a mat. So it's a bit of everything really. So if you like a trampoline but you also like it to be sort of like short, powerful, then I would say it's sort of like the perfect mix of both. Okay. So those are the 3 sort of main disciplines that we offer, and when they go into sort of our classes that are 4 years and onwards, so our evening classes, that's when we split them into each different discipline. However, a lot of our kids will choose to train in multiple disciplines. Like we have a couple of kids that will compete in all 3 disciplines, and they're doing really, really well in both. However, you do find that obviously some kids also specialise in one discipline but don't really fancy the other one. So that's why we try and offer a range.
Have there been any champions from Tisbury?
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of our kids train in Tisbury. We've had one girl that we recently took to Newcastle, and she placed gold in a national competition for tumbling. We also had, I think we came home with 6 medals in that competition, so that's awesome. We recently had 3 kids, again from Tisbury, qualify to the Southwest team, where they represent the Southwest rather than us as a club. They represent the region and compete against the rest of Great Britain, which is absolutely awesome, and they compete in Birmingham, which is a massive arena and such a great opportunity for them. And they absolutely love the experience. So to be part of that team and competing with like the Southwest on your kit, it gives you a massive sense of pride. So
Yeah. I mean, I remember just back to my school days, it was gymnastics for girls and football for boys, basically. Is that still the case?
I would like to think it's changing, because as much as obviously there's a stereotype that it is more girls into gymnastics, where we run sort of like the tumbling rather than like the floor routines, it's very much power based, and boys are absolutely incredible at it because obviously they have really good strength, stamina, all of that. So, and one of our big things at the minute is trying to get more boys involved. We actually, this Saturday, we're starting a boys only trampolining group in the hope they'll bring some of their friends along, and it will just give them a bit of a boost because they're sort of in the same group. I think sometimes it can be a bit intimidating when you walk into a gymnastics class and it's a group full of girls and then you're the only boy wanting to join. So we're trying to think of different ways that we can get more boys involved in the sport.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's incredibly empowering for girls, isn't it, to be a good gymnast?
Yeah, 100%. I always say that sport is incredible for anyone and it teaches you a lot of lessons, but especially for girls, they gain a lot of confidence through sport, and they also like learn to trust their bodies, their movement, their flexibility is just incredible. So it does definitely give them the chance to realise what they're capable of.
Yeah, great. Just a little bit about you, Kaylee. So, Kaylee, you're from Shaftesbury, is that right?
Yes, from Shaftesbury.
Yeah, born and brought up there?
Born in Dorchester, lived in Blandford for a while, and then moved to Shaftesbury when I started year 7.
Yeah.
So I've been in Shaftesbury for quite a long time now.
Right. And do you do classes nearer Shaftesbury as well as here in Tisbury?
So we do classes in Shaftesbury on a Thursday evening. We also try and use our daytime to reach out to different nurseries, like surrounding areas around Tisbury. We're looking at going into primary schools and delivering some gymnastics. We currently teach at Sandroyd as well, so we're trying to branch out and offer gymnastics to loads of different communities. The Nadder Centre is where we're mainly based and definitely where we offer the most classes at the minute. We have just under 200 members, which has grown so much over the last 2 years.
Right.
And also not only is our number of members grown, we also have loads more kids that are competing at a regional and national level. So as much as we've also got kids in the door, we're also managing to produce some really high level kids that are then going to high level competitions as well.
So I'm with Emily, who is one of the mums here at the gym class or gym club.
Yeah.
And where's your daughter?
She's just at the moment doing our warm-up, ready to do some bouncing about, I think.
Okay. And what's her name?
Grace.
So how long have you been coming here?
Just over a year now, I think.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was December last year we joined.
Right.
We
And
do it twice a week, and she's absolutely loving it.
does she? I was going to say, what does she get out of it?
She definitely, it doesn't come easy for her. So I think some kids, they do kind of gymnastic-y things and it's like a real natural leap into it, whereas she has to, I think, work a bit harder to get where she wants, but it gives her a real sense of determination to go and do her goals. I mean, when she first started, she couldn't even do a roly-poly, bless her.
Okay.
So now when she's doing her cartwheels and stuff, she's just so proud of herself.
Right.
And she just works, really
How
hard
old
to get
is
there.
she?
7.
And she's at St John's, is
Yeah.
she? So you come over after school?
Yeah, so we wait and have a snack and then come straight in here.
Right.
So it's really handy.
Twice a week?
Yeah, we do Saturday mornings as well.
Right.
Which is a lovely way to start a Saturday.
Okay. And can I just ask you about the cost? I mean,
Yeah.
well, not normally. In my day, we used to do gym at school and
Yeah.
it didn't cost anything extra.
Yeah.
But this is an extra thing. Do you find...
I'm very fortunate
Yeah.
that my grandma actually pays for her, so her great-grandma.
That's nice.
So she, is always really supportive of kind of any additional activities.
Yes.
So she just said to me, if there is something sporty she wants to do, then she would fund it. But
That's
I'm
good.
very lucky. The boy next to her is in her class.
Okay.
I think this one's in her school. Then you get other ones from like Warder as well, I think. But they do know each other, but they form little friendship groups when they're doing it as well. It's very sweet.
Good. Great. Well, thank you very much.
That's all right, no worries.
So Indy, you're in this gymnastics club. How long have you been doing it for?
At least 4 years.
Right.
I don't actually do gymnastics. I do trampolining, but I demonstrate on a Tuesday.
You demonstrate it. What does that mean?
The exercise or stretch they're doing, I do that before they do it and they copy me.
Right, I see, okay. And have you been in any competitions?
Yeah, I've been in loads.
And have you won anything?
Yeah, I have quite a lot.
What like?
Last competition was the club competition. I came first and second. First was in trampolining and second was in synchro.
In what?
Synchro.
What's that?
It's where two people get on two trampolines at the same time and they do the same moves.
Oh, right, okay. That's great. And what do you want to... Oh, I should ask you how old you are.
I'm 9.
And what school do you go to?
St John's Primary.
Yeah. And do you want to grow up and be a gymnast?
Yeah.
Compete in the Olympics, maybe?
Yeah.
That would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, well, it sounds as though you're well on your way already.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to me.
That's okay. Thank you.
Bye. So, Kelly, can you just tell us about the British Gymnastics Award?
Yeah, so
Thank you.
this year British Gymnastics put on sort of like a host of awards, and parents, families get to nominate whichever gymnastics club they feel is deserving of the award. And we basically managed to get nominated for the British Gymnastics Community Club of the Year 2026.
Out of the whole of UK?
Yep, so that's out of all of the clubs in the UK. And you just nominate your club, and then a certain amount of clubs, they look at it, sort of, then the judges then judge who they feel then is deserving of being a finalist, and then obviously the winner. And we, within 2 years of sort of opening this club, we actually made the finalist, so that was awesome.
Oh, well, best of luck with the future. It sounds really dynamic.
Thank you.
Wow, what an interesting report, and how much she's done by the age of 23. What a great asset Kaylee is for Tisbury.
Yeah, it was also a real privilege to talk to Emily, the mum, and Indy, that really ambitious, fantastic young gymnast.
This is TisTalk. People, stories and events from Tisbury and the wider Cranbourne Chase.
And here's Mary with a report from Tisbury's Fete, arguably the event of the year in Tisbury.
Yes. Well, the sun shone and it was a great day. It was very well attended. I think everybody had fun. So first you'll hear a little bit about the dog show, a bit that I recorded with the winner. And then you'll hear this amazing thing about a person called Jordan, who won 6 times at the raffle. So here we are. Here are a few extracts from that happy day on Saturday. This is TisTalk, the community podcast.
No, certainly.
Yeah. So this little dog just won. What category was it?
Mixed breed.
Mixed breed. And what's his name or her name?
Her name is, babe, what did Lizzie call it? Sorry, Buzz.
Oh, yes. And she's tiny. What kind of breed is she?
It's Chalky. It's Chihuahua Cross Yorkshire Terrier.
Oh, I see.
It's my daughter's pup, yeah. And
Yeah.
then our Labrador belongs to my son, but unfortunately couldn't make it here today. So he sent me to do all the anchor work.
All right. And do you live in Tisbury?
No, my partner has been born and raised close by.
Right.
But we go to every local show all around. We went to one the other day down near the lakes at the bottom. I don't know the name of it. If you go out,
Fonthill?
yeah, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a show out here the other day.
Yeah.
We went to that one.
And so has this little one won any other prizes?
This is our first ever show.
Oh, I see.
Him's
him.
first ever show. Yeah,
Okay. So first show, first prize.
yeah, he
Fantastic.
won first prize. Yeah, we're over the moon with him, and hopefully many more to come.
Yes, thank
And
you.
an absolutely brilliant event they put on. It's nice to see all the families out and the dogs.
Yeah.
And they're
great.
all socialising. That's how it should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Can I have your name?
My name's Steve.
Nice to meet you. Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
So what's your name, please?
My name's Jordan.
And you've just won 3 times on the raffle.
I have, and I literally just bought these raffle tickets for 20 quid off of Kelly's son.
Well done.
So I think I'm quids in.
Congratulations.
But,
do you live in Tisbury?
I do.
Yeah. How long have you lived here?
Just coming up 3 years now.
Oh, okay.
Just coming up 3 years.
What do you think of the Fete here today?
I love it, and I missed it the first year I was here. Second year I was involved, and this is the third time, and I'm kind of enjoying it. So
you are involved by just winning all these things. What were you involved with last time?
I was doing the new Horizon Gymnastics, so I've done a little bit of a display as well. So I pulled out a few moves last time.
Oh, I think I remember. Yeah, we've got the new Horizons on TisTalk on Monday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Kaylee is amazing.
Oh, she's brilliant. She's brilliant. Yeah.
So do you work with her on that?
Yeah. So I just volunteer basically. I used to be a gymnast back in the day. I worked on cruise ships as an acrobat, so I thought, let me just help out the kids.
What do you do as a day job, if I may ask?
Carpenter. Not quite as exciting. But.
Right. Okay, locally.
Yeah, just on the army bases.
Just quickly tell us what you've got, what you've chosen.
So far, I've got some dog bits from Nikki's Walkies, and those are going to go to Kelly's dog. Okay. I've got a bottle of wine, and that was also going to probably go to Sam or Kelly. And I've got an hour on the trampoline because I love it. So,
great. Thanks for talking to us.
Anytime. Thank you.
75 from Lou.
So, Kate, you've won how many times?
Well, Mary, I've won 4 times.
My goodness, it's all above board, no cheating or anything.
No favouritism or anything. I am just really lucky with Raffles. Don't ask me why. I've always been lucky with Raffles.
Oh, well done. So what are the prizes you've claimed? Because you've given some back, haven't you?
I have. First one was a bottle of wine from Garden and Beagle, which I will be enjoying very soon.
Good.
And then I won 2 more, and I gave my ticket back.
206 for Blue.
And then I won it a 4th time, and I was persuaded by Simon, chair of the parish council, that I must claim it. Otherwise, we could be here all night.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got these lovely flowers from Flowers and Twine.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
And I understand that the money is going back to the parish council to help pay for the Fete, isn't it? So it's a good cause.
A worthy cause.
Yes. Have you enjoyed the Fete today?
Very much. It's been a fine day.
And you've helped me on the TisTalk stall, so thank you very much for that. That's been good, and we've had quite a lot of interest as well.
It was lovely to see new people, but also lots of people who know TisTalk already and know us on the team and just wanted to say thank you or how are you doing. All good.
Hang on, we've got to do stop press here. It's unbelievable. Jordan is back for his 6th ticket.
What are the chances?
What are the chances of that? And he did a kind of victory run there, didn't he? Amazing.
This is TisTalk from Tisbury, Wiltshire.
I'm back at the Nadder Centre with Steve Tonkin, our great astronomer, who is going to tell us about what to look out for in the June night sky.
Well, we're losing Leo now. So Leo, which we saw in the southwest last month, is now in the west. But if you look in the south and quite high up, there's a really bright star. It's actually the brightest star in the northern hemisphere of the sky. And it's a star called Arcturus. It's a very yellowy colour. And the way to make sure you've got it, if you find the Big Dipper, the plough, the saucepan, whatever you want to call it, which I think most people can recognise, and you follow the curve of its handle around, so its handle, you can think of it as an arc, and you arc down, and it arcs to Arcturus.
That's
so
easy.
It's an easy one to remember. And then you can carry on down, and you speed on to Spica, which is the brightest star in the constellation of Virgo. But Arcturus is distinctly bright, very yellowish. It's a red giant star, much, much bigger than the sun. And there's lots of lovely stuff around it as well. So above and to the left of it is what looks like a little tiara in the sky. And that's called Corona Borealis. Corona means crown, Borealis means northern, so it's the northern crown. And that is gorgeous. It's where there was a lot of hype last year about a star that was expected to get extremely bright. They were calling it a blaze star. It never happened. It may well happen, it may have happened by the time this recording goes out. But it's always worth looking in that part of the sky, because you might notice that something changes. The sky's not unchanging, and
And could one see this corona borealis with the naked eye?
Oh yeah. It's just one of the constellations that the ancient Greeks knew, and they had no telescopes.
Right.
And it's dark enough here to be able to see that.
Right. Great.
And if you go more up and to the left, there's what looks like the keystone of an arch. It's not quite a rectangle. It's sort of fatter at the top than at the bottom. And that is the body of Hercules, or Heracles, if you're Greek. And on the right-hand side of that keystone, on the long side, 2/3 of the way up, if you've got binoculars, have a look at that. There's what looks like a fuzzy star. It looks like a star that's out of focus in binoculars. And actually it's a thing called a globular cluster, which is a cluster of stars in a globe, really, in a spherical cluster of stars. And there's probably about 400,000 stars there. It's all very, very tightly packed. For best time for stargazing in the month is any time up to about the 20th. We've got the new moon, which means there's no moon as far as we're concerned. And the sky is on the 15th. And you should be able to see, if you've got a very clear western horizon on the 16th, a very, very thin sliver of the crescent moon. And if you can see it, you'll almost certainly also get what's called the old moon in the new moon's arms. So you can actually see the rest of the moon there, but it's actually lit by earth shines, so sunlight reflected off the earth, lighting up the surface of the moon. And we'll have that for a few days. On the 17th, next day, we've got the moon next to Venus. Again, it's called a conjunction, so if you didn't manage to identify Venus last month, you've got a chance this month, because on the 17th, where it'll be right next to the moon. 21st is the summer solstice, which, if you look at where the sun rises and sets, you'll find that as we get closer and closer to the solstice, it hardly changes its position on the horizon, and it seems to stick in the same place. So Sol, the sun, sticks, and we get solstice. It sticks there for a few days. And so for more than a week, it won't move further than its own diameter as it's rising or setting points. Right. So that's our solstice, longest day of the year, shortest night. It's a very red star in the sky at the moment as well. And on the 27th, the moon will be close to it. It's a star called Antares. Ares was the Greek name for Mars. So Antares is anti-Mars, or the rival to Mars. And it's called that because it's so red, like the planet Mars. And on the 27th, it'll be due south at 10 o'clock. Quite low, but distinctly reddish.
Right. Is it? I presume it's absolutely massive compared to Mars.
Oh yeah, it's a red
sun.
It's a sun. It's a sun. Yeah, it's a red giant. So it's much bigger than our sun.
But
so even
just millions of miles away.
Yeah. But the other thing to look for, we look at the other side of the sky in the north at this time of year, a thing called noctilucent clouds. Noctilucent means night shining, and so you look in the northwest in the evening once the sun's gone down. Quite a long time after the sun's gone down, give it an hour or so, or the northeast in the morning, and they're these beautiful silvery diaphanous clouds you see, and they're not normal weather clouds. They're much, much higher up in the sky, and they're just absolutely gorgeous when you see them. They're very, very obviously different. So if you see them, you can't miss them, and that's probably what a lot of us will be doing in June is just looking up for these noctilucent clouds, because they're beautiful.
Great. Thanks very much.
And now we've got a really interesting piece with Martin Thomas, who answers all our legal questions, and this question is a one that strikes fear into my heart. What can you do if you can't find the deeds to your house and you want to sell your house, for example?
All right, here's another question, Martin. A legal question. My friend is selling her father's old house in Wales after his death, but she can't find the deeds anywhere, and she does not have a local lawyer, and she doesn't know how her father bought the house in the first place, through what lawyer. She lives outside Wales. Does that matter, and what should she do?
Well, does it matter? Yes, it's quite a bureaucratic process. Does it matter? No, she will be able to prove that it was her dad's house, and she will be able to sell it.
Okay.
Yes, she does need a lawyer. So, forgive me for putting it this way, but will help. In 1925, they decided that the England and Wales should switch from a system of unregistered land, where the owner is who's got the deeds, to registered land, where the owner is who's written down at the land registry as being the owner. And the vast majority of land in England and Wales now, 101 years later, is registered. So there's no such thing as deeds. You just look up who owns it and it tells you who owns it. But there's still a rump of land that is unregistered, that hasn't yet been registered. And for that land, who owns it depends on who's got the deeds.
Oh.
So the way you put your question is it's going to be a situation where it's unregistered land. The more countryside you get, the more the land is unregistered. Here in Tisbury, we deal with unregistered land absolutely all the time.
Oh.
Because the way they did the law 100 years ago is you don't have to register the land until it changes hands.
Right.
So if it stays in the same family, it quite often isn't yet registered.
So there's a good chance that it's not registered, yes.
So
It's in
if
the
land
middle
is unregistered, you have to, there will be deeds. Deeds means legal documents,
yes.
What they call instruments. An instrument means a document that has an impact, has an effect. There'll be a deed which originally transferred the land to the woman's dad, or the woman's dad's granny, or the woman's dad's granny's granny's granny. Right. Somewhere there'll be a conveyance, an instrument, a deed to that person, and you need to find it. But there's a massively complicated and well-trodden path about what you do if you just can't find them. And basically, roughly speaking, you write to the land registry and you say, this land is now changing hands by being sold out of the family for the first time in ages. We definitely own it, but we can't find the deeds, but here's the evidence that it's ours. And then you put in documents, which a lawyer will draw up for you, which says things like, I'm 50 and I remember since I was a tiny child, we always called this our farm and this was called the Buttercup Field and it was ours. And then you get a neighbour who says, I'm 75 and I agree with all of that and this has always been the Jenkins family land. And you get witnesses who say, this is your land.
Yes.
And then the land registry will accept that as long as it stacks up and they'll register the land as being, in the case of your question, belonging to the estate of the man who died, and then they'll say to the daughter who's dealing with the estate, yes, you can sell it on the open market with an estate agent.
Yes, I see. But there, if it really is a matter of having lost the deeds for good, then it really is a matter of getting a lawyer, getting a solicitor involved.
Yes, but if somebody's died and you want to sell land, you're going to need a solicitor anyway. Because you can't sell the land without being able to prove that you're entitled to be the one who's selling it, because the owner can't sell it because they've died. And the way you prove that you're the one who's entitled to sell it is by having something called a grant of probate. And that word probate and prove, it's the same meaning. A grant of probate is the thing that proves that you're entitled to be the one who sells it.
Yes.
And about, I suppose, 90% of the time, something like that, people who, to get a grant of probate, you use a solicitor. You don't have to, but people do.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So thanks to Martin there, who basically allays our fears, allays your fears, perhaps, Annie.
I'm feeling
it's not
very relieved.
Something to worry about too much. Yeah. And to round off the programme, here's Christabel Watts with the What's Ons.
Here's what's on in Tisbury and surrounding villages from Monday the 15th of June to Sunday the 21st of June 2026. On Monday the 15th, there will be a coffee morning from 10:30 till 11:30am at Hinton Hall in aid of Tisbury Carnival. On Tuesday the 16th, Tisbury Carnival Committee will meet at 7:30pm in the Reading Room in Tisbury. On Wednesday the 17th, the Tisbus outing will depart for Muddyford Quay at 9:30am. Call Dave Milas on 07500 802 525 to book your seat. Chickpea Chats and Fox and King Bookshop present a conversation with local author Mark Dawson to discuss his Atticus Priest series set in Salisbury, from 7 till 8:30pm at the Pembroke Arms in Wilton. Book your free ticket at www.chickpea.group. On Thursday the 18th, there is a free art exhibition called Spirit and Landscape at St John's Church, Tisbury, 9am till 6pm, on until Sunday the 21st of June, apart from during services. At Fox and King Bookshop, Helen Bain will discuss her acclaimed debut novel, The Daffodil Days, from 6 till 8pm. Book tickets at foxandking.com. Then, on Friday the 19th, Hindon Fellowship Club are holding a Skittles night at 7:30pm. Everyone is welcome and no experience required. On Saturday the 20th, the monthly community cafe breakfast will run from 9:30am till 12pm at the Methodist Church. The country market will be on at the Victoria Hall from 10 till 11am with a selection of local produce. There is a Natural History Society field trip to Collard Hill in Somerset to see large blue and other summer butterflies, meeting at the Nadder Centre car park at 10:30am. Fonthill Park Cricket Club have an 8-a-side Big Bash charity tournament starting at 10:30am. Contact them for more information. Also on Saturday, join the Lamb and Hindon for their annual Fun Dog Show. Registration from 11am and classes from 12. £1 entry per dog per class. Sacred Heart Church have their summer fete from 1:30 till 4pm with stalls for cakes, jigsaws, books, raffles, bottles and teas, raising money for charities including the Salisbury Hospice. And the Tisbury Community Choir will be singing at 2:30pm. The Greater Good in Fovant have a solstice celebration from 4 till 11pm with a barbecue and live music. Do support this local pub. Dinton Phoenix Theatre Company present adult comedy What I Did at School Today in Dinton Village Hall from 7 till 9:30pm. Tickets £10 online or £12 in person. Order them at www.dptc.show. On Sunday the 21st, Tisbury tourers will be getting the train to Sherborne and cycling back. Meet on Tisbury Station platform at 9am. Contact Rob on 07771 620 199 to be added to the WhatsApp group. Looking ahead, on Friday the 3rd of July there will be a People's Emergency Briefing, free film screening and discussion on the climate and nature crisis from 7 till 9pm in Victoria Hall. Please put it in your diary. And that's all for the What's On listings. Have a great week.
And that was a bit of music from the Fete, the Bluesbirds and Cable Street. So Annie, thanks very much for co-hosting this week. So what do you make of this little slice of Tisbury life?
Well, it's always exciting to see how much is going on over the border and to travel over the border and see the wealth of things that are happening here in Tisbury. Thank you for having me.
Thanks very much.